going on, Glunks? I believe Druid is the best class in the game. It's the only class that actually allows you to outplay people, because normally how the game goes, it's gear versus gear, like fighter versus barbarian, and whoever's got the better gear, they win. But Druid, it allows for outplay. You can use different strats, different tech, and you can outplay people. In the video, I'll be going over a lot of topics. The video is timestamped, so you can look for a specific part, but I recommend watching the whole video because in each part I'll be going over tips and tricks in each section that you might not know of. This video is aimed towards beginners and even advanced players, so like the video if you learn anything new, and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. Let's get straight into it. So first, we'll be going over the perks. We'll start with Dreamwalk. So basically, when you take damage, you enter a state like Phantomize. There's a video on the screen. It's pretty much your get out of jail free card. You get pushed, you get caught lacking, don't matter. And as you can see, it pairs amazingly with Rat form. As soon as the Dreamwalk time is about to run out, turn to a rat and you're gone. Unless it's a warlock or a wizard, you're pretty much out of there. The way that I suggest using this for its maximum capability is when you're entering a door. If you want to check for a rogue, let's say a rogue didn't hide, you get hit once, boom, you can't get hit again. If you're playing with a team, I recommend a team being pretty far back. As soon as you go into Dreamwalk, the rogue will just ignore you and go straight for your teammates. So if your teammate's like a warlock, they're dead. So they need to be pretty far back if you're face checking doors. Enhanced Wilderness. When you're in animal form, you gain 5 additional movement speed and 10 on rating. Most of the Druid's perks are pretty bad, but this is one of the better ones. Force of Nature. When you heal a target, the target gains 3 physical power for 3 seconds. Again, it's alright. It pairs really well with natural healing. Recover yourself and allies by 1 health every 3 seconds. This perk's pretty mid to be fair, but I mean, with this and this, it's a pretty cool combo, but it takes up 2 entire perk slots and it's just not the best. And Herbal Sensing is just ass. Shapeshifts Mastery. This is the perk. You need this perk. You cannot play Druid without this perk, otherwise it's unplayable. Spirit Bond, every 1 second you'll receive 15% of damage received by party members and can receive up to 20 damage. It's really good if you're going for a Vigor build with Bear form. It's an alright perk. Spirit Magic Mastery, when you cast Spirit Magic you gain 10 magic power. It's pretty good, but the way you want to play in is not really casting magic, so it's not that good. Sun and Moon, nearby allies gain 3 Vigor and 5 magic power. Again, it's a pretty decent perk, but unless you're trying to go for a buff build, it's not that useful. Thorncoat, when melee attacked, return 5 true physical damage to the attacker. This is amazing. The amount of times I've killed a rogue by not even hitting them is just crazy. So the perks that I recommend are Shapeshift Mastery, of course, Thorncoat, Dreamwalk, it's amazing, and Enhanced Wilderness. These are the 4 main perks that I suggest using. Let's go on to the spells. So for spells, Nature's Touch. Target gains 15 additional recoverable health, also healed 15 health over 12 seconds, cast instantly, and cast on yourself if no target's found. Very good spell. Barkskin Armor. It's okay, but as you can see on the screen, the damage reduction isn't that good. It's pretty much like putting a leather helmet on. Dreamfire. Dreamfire is pretty good, especially when paired with Nature's Touch. The healing is okay, but the damage just is not good. I would not recommend using it. Thorn Barrier. It's good for blocking people off, but in my opinion, the Treant outshines it. Entangling Vines. Really good. So as you can see on the screen, it just stops enemies in places. It's really good when paired with wizards, rangers, and warlocks. Another thing that I don't see a lot of people doing is with the entangling vines, if you can get people trapped in the sweet spot, you can turn into a bear and get a free headshot. Summon Triumph, it's just Druid's bread and butter. It can be used in so many ways to block people off, and it just becomes a presence in a fight. If you're fighting in a duo, you've basically got a third person that the enemy team has to worry about. They either just don't attack it and then it pushes them and they get hit or gets in their way, or they do attack it and they're wasting time attacking it. It's just win-win. Restore. So this is also really good, especially when paired with Nature's Touch, as you can see. And Tree of Life. Honestly, the very first time I even used this spell was recording this video. I've never used it once. I mean, it seems pretty interesting, but it's just not that great. For 10 seconds, 5 all attributes, it could make or break a fight, but then again, as soon as someone sees the Tree of Life on your teammate, they're just gonna run. Mending Grove, this is amazing, especially with Druid's capability to run away from fights. You can just run away, use Mending Grove, use Nature's Touch, use Restore, and then boom, you're back to full and you're ready to fight, compared to someone else that they're literally trying to chase you and they've lost all the health while you're basically back to full. I'll go on to the setup that I use for games. I use Nature's Touch, Restore, Summon Triumph, Entangling Vines, and Mending Grove. This is good. Even in low tier lobbies, you get a decent amount of healing, you get the ability to stop people in the drags, and you get Treant, which is just amazing. Moving on to Shapeshifts. In this chapter, I'll be going over each Shapeshift, and I'll be going over its abilities, role in a team and in solos, and also tips and tricks within each one. I'll start off with the Rat. The left click inflicts poison, but it's not really that useful. The right click makes a squeaky noise, which is pretty funny. The E ability, Survival Instinct, you gain 20 move speed for 4 seconds, and when the effect ends, you lose 20% move speed bonus. So pretty much, you run really fast for 4 seconds, but at the end of those 4 seconds, you move 20% slow, which is a big impact. I wouldn't really recommend using this unless you know for a fact that you can escape in those 4 seconds, because after those 4 seconds are up, people can easily catch up to you. One of the greatest tools in Druid's arsenal is the ability to jump through windows in rat form. Pretty much, you run up to the window, holding out the rat transformation, and when you're about here, you want to crouch jump through the window. I'll show you. Really, the timing is pretty hard to get down, but the way that I remember it, as soon as I let go of rat, you crouch jump basically. So I'm walking up, crouch jump. There's also a piece of tech that I found where when you're in bear form, you can pretty much dodge attacks by transforming into a rat, which is just unbelievably broken. You can get swung at by a felling axe and you can completely dodge it with the rat. You can get shot by a bow, you can completely dodge it with the rat. You can dodge Curse of Pains in a bear form. Most weapon swings you can just completely dodge by just quickly switching into a rat, which is just an underrated technique that I've not seen many people use. Moving on to chicken. You lose a little bit of health. You get the ability to double jump, peck in, right click, pluck in, again, pretty funny. And the E ability is insect predation. Pretty much you eat insects off the ground and gain health back times by your resourcefulness. It's good when you've not got that many heals, or even when you're just trying to just top up your health pretty quickly. The main use for chicken is the double jump. It's amazing for scaling stuff. You can climb to really high places really fast, even jump over people. Moving on to the Panther. This is pretty much the anti-mage shapeshift. You go into a Panther, you gain 5% move speed, lose a little bit of health, and you jump to 20% higher. And pairing that with the chicken, you can scale enormous heights, which is really useful. The left click, you pretty much swipe at them, you do a little bit of damage and you inflict bleeding. Neck bite, it's a really close range move. And as you can see, when you're in frenzied, neck bite silences the target for 0.1 seconds, so this can interrupt wizards, warlocks, casting spells. It's super useful. It's really good for punishing wizards and warlocks that get too close or even are in the range of jumping towards. The E ability is Rush. Pretty much you just basically do a leap in the air and you go into frenzied mode, just how you silence mages. This is amazing when paired with chicken jump. You can pretty much switch to a Panther, jump, dash, and quickly turn to a chicken, and then double jump. The distance you can get on this is unbelievable. You can scale modules, which is just unreal. It can be used mid-fight to catch up to someone. You can even go Panther, chicken, bear, which is amazing for catching up to people. Onto the bear. Transform into a wild bear, slow and too large to pass through single doors, so you just become a behemoth really. You get so much health, so much damage, but you're slow and too fat. Left click, swipe, claws the target with your right hand and pushing the target away. This is what you need to be doing as Druid. You turn to a bear and you right click someone with enough strength it will one shot most classes. The E ability is Wild Fury. For 6 seconds, physical damage bonus increases by 15% and physical damage reduction increases by 15%, so this is good, either in initiating a fight or when you're trying to defend your teammates. One of the best techniques you can use as a bear is pretty much just being aware of where people are in your surroundings. For example, in this clip, if you're outnumbered or there's 2 people fighting you, pretty much you want to focus on one person, and when you know for a fact that the second person is behind you and about to attack you, quickly turn around and hit them. Because what they see you hard focusing one person, and then as soon as you swing at that other person, they'll think, oh, I'll just swing, get some free hits, but then boom, as soon as you swing, you turn around and hit them, and they're dead. You can also dodge a few mob attacks with the right click of the bear. The mobs that I know you can dodge is the Wraith, obviously, the Felling Axemen in the Ice Abyss, and the Helldogs. And just as your right click does, Wild Rush also raises your body up, so you can dodge attacks. It's good to switch up and use Wild Rush after just trying to swing, because you can dodge attacks with it, and there's also less end lag, so you can swing a lot faster and it surprises people. So in this section, I'll be going over the gear and loadouts that you want to be using for games. The ideal loadout will pretty much just be strength with enough knowledge to use all your spells, but you want to be looking for like action speed. The stats that I recommend prioritizing are strength, then vigor, max health bonus, action speed, and dexterity. It's really good because you get a lot of strength to do loads of damage, and you get a lot of action speed to swing faster. Strength also increases your health as well, so I don't tend to build into vigor that much, but you can if you want to. Minimum amount of strength that you want really is 35, but if you're going for high roller trying to get AP, 37 is the minimum you need. Because in Inferno, all the Nightmare Skeletons, they're 2-tap when you have 37 strength, so anything below that, they're 3-tap, and you spend a lot more time clearing it out. If you can't afford that set. Like, look at this. 50 gold for 3 strength, and you can get action speed and max health bonus. Let's see how much that is. 175 for 3 strength. Let's see that with a straw hat. Almost 300 gold more on the stats up, like even worse. So if you can get high strength in other pieces of clothing, then you can get stuff like this, which is just a lot cheaper. I recommend using the spear because with the trim, you can hit people through the trim, which is really good, especially when if you whiff blocking doors and stuff. Normally you get wolf hunter leggings, but I can't craft those yet. So I use cloth pants, but 40 strength honestly is enough. You're better off using cloth pants because it gets your action speed up, and of course, when you go to bear form you lose 20 action speed, so more action speed just does not hurt.
Real monkey?
I'm dead. Crazy. Happy with it.
You are fucking crazy. Oh.
Oh, wait, there's a second guy.
Oh.
I've just killed someone. Leave me alone. Spells.